Hello everybody, this is Gabriel.
Hi.
This one is Ronja. So 5 years ago today, I had just led a retreat in Guatemala. I was staying up alone on the mountainside in this Airbnb, 20-minute walk out of the village San Marcos at Lake Atitlan. So similar to where we are right now, which is this beautiful mountain lake, or not mountain lake, this is the Mediterranean, the Adriatic Sea. But we have mountains and we have water. And so imagine a beautiful mountain lake with 3 volcanoes in the distance. And I was staying up alone on the mountainside for 2 weeks, launching an online course. Didn't see any humans, just fully in my creative flow, creative bubble. And then one afternoon I was meditating on the grass overlooking the lake and the 3 volcanoes, and I got the strongest full body intuition of my life. Those of you who are in human design, sacral authority, was like the strongest sacral guidance of my entire life. That just like pulled me forward, almost like fell forward onto the grass. And what I heard inside was like, you need to walk down this mountain now. It didn't make any sense at the time, and if you've had intuitions that don't make sense at the time, but you follow them, then they make a lot of sense later. And so I walked down the mountain, trusting this guidance that didn't make any sense, and walked into the village. I was very sweaty and thirsty and confused because I didn't know I was walking down this mountain that I got such a strong sense and intuition for. I go into a health food store and I buy a blueberry kombucha. These are important details. Pay attention right now. This is important. I'm gonna quiz you on this later.
It's true, actually.
It's true. So yeah, I buy a blueberry kombucha that I'm slowly opening because it's a very fizzy kombucha. And as I cross the town square, I see a guy.
Ooh.
I see. We don't know yet. That hasn't been revealed
Who's
in the
this
story.
guy?
That hasn't been revealed in the story yet. I see a guy. He's standing in a street corner by town square in San Marcos. Those of you who've been there, you know the path that leads down towards all the cafes and restaurants in the dock. And can you hold
Right
this
by
one?
where the tuk-tuks.
Yeah.
Right by where the tuk-tuks
Yeah,
congregate.
exactly. And so I pass this guy and our eyes meet for like a second. And yeah, now we can see the boots. Our eyes meet for like a second, and I have this jolt of just a moment of nice. And then I pass him and I keep on walking. Should I keep on telling this, or we jump cut to why this van was standing there?
Yeah, I mean, so why was this man standing there?
Why was this man standing?
On
It
the
was
side of the
a
road.
guy, you know, sexy man bun, shaved on the sides, giant green backpack on, looking really happy for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
And little did he know.
Yeah, I was happy. He was happy.
He was
Sorry, he was happy. Because he felt free in that moment. And he had decided to
See the water.
change his life. He decided to leave behind a lot of things that were really precious, but were no longer in full alignment with his spirit, and he could sense that in a way. And he even had the good fortune to be guided by a voice in his head that told him to go to Guatemala.
So this man,
So he went.
to be clear, couple of months before this, 2 months, 1 month before this moment in the street corner. 1 month, 2 months. A while before, he had heard. He was in his level 2 Reiki attunement, and he heard a voice inside. Basically, he was in a space of feeling very available for what's next in my life. Where do you want me to go? God, life source, spirit. You know, the boss.
I asked.
The boss.
I asked, you know. Hey, boss.
Hey, boss.
What's next?
Something's not working.
Help
in
me
my
out.
life.
Help
Don't
me
know
out,
what.
man. I'm just trying to figure this out, you know. She told me.
Heard a voice inside? Maybe you've heard.
She
these
was
voices.
clear.
This boss is not messing around, you know.
Yeah.
And the voice said,
Go to Guatemala.
and Gabriel said, "Oh, this man said."
He
So
said,
bad
he
at
said,
telling
wait,
this.
wait,
If we were
what?
Marvel actors trying to like keep Endgame or like
Oh my
Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness secret, we would be like
Yeah.
worse than Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo combined. Okay, stay with us.
God.
It's getting better. Okay. This man responded to spirits who said, "Go to Guatemala."
What? And Spirit was stern with this man.
Not
She
messing
said,
around.
She said, "You fucking heard me." She got a little sassy.
Yeah.
Don't pretend like we didn't just have that moment. You fucking heard me.
You know when you have that moment when you're like asking life to guide you and then you receive the guidance and you're like, what?
And
Are you
say,
sure?
But
Are you sure?
And then yeah, you did hear that. You did have that moment. It was clear. It is clear.
Yeah. So he followed it, left
A lot.
job, home, relationship in Eugene, Oregon, went to Mexico, went to Guatemala, ended up in that street corner. And our story continues. So the woman, well, I walked past this man. Maybe they can sense who this man is. I walked past this man down towards the cafes and the restaurants, and for the next few minutes I kept on having the feeling as though he was right behind me. But us girls, we have our tricks. I didn't want to like turn around and look to see if he was there, so what I did was that I stopped to like pretend to open the kombucha.
Classic
Classic
move.
You know the classic pretend to open the
Bait.
kombucha move?
Oh my god.
And within a few seconds he was right there, right by me. And
Well, the man saw this woman about to open this kombucha, and you know,
have it come all over.
he had an
He was like, "Wait a
experience
minute,
with
that's my
an
job."
uppity kombucha a couple days prior, same kind, and he figured he could, you know, help his sister out. You know, he says, "Hey, just to let you know, you might want to open that one slowly."
And I turned to him and he doesn't know that I've already been here for a month. Veteran with his kombuchas, had a bunch of them and learned from my first mistake, and then like, so I say to him, "I know, I've been working on this one for a while. It's not my first kombucha." And then I keep on walking and he walks with me. And it turns out that he's on his way across the lake to meet with a tattoo artist to have the flower of life tattooed on his back, which now he has. And
If you can see through the shirt, I wonder.
ooh,
Can you? Anyway.
not really. Can you pull it up?
Yeah.
Pull it up. Show the people. This one. He was on his way across the lake to meet with a tattoo artist to have the flower of life tattooed on his back. And I was wearing a backpack.
What kind of ultra spiritual guy does that?
What kind of ultra spiritual girl? I was wearing a backpack that had the same symbol in the same size and the same location on my back.
It's like a cosmic bullseye. And I
like
took
a-
it as a wink from the universe. He took it
Oh.
as a wink from the universe. And hey, kid, see that? You're in the right place.
Anyway, I like to think that he was so magnetically drawn to me, and not that it was just like, hey, this is a backpack. But anyway, basically, that's our first meeting.
That man and that woman shared a blueberry kombucha and enjoyed some
It's true.
conversation
Is this true?
on their way across the lake, and she almost wrote him off as an ultra spiritual guy.
Yeah,
and-
because I was like, hey, where you been? Where you traveling from? And he's like, well, I've just been to Mexico working with the medicine. And I'm like, oh, he's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Working with the medicine. I'm like,
Because everybody knows that anyone who works with ayahuasca who has white skin is full of shit.
you call yourself white?
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry.
He's half Colombian. You see this Indo-European blend of hair? There we go. Is that, no, Latin European, not, sorry, I get my ancestry mixed up. Latin. Anyway, basically, yeah, he was like, oh, I've just been working with ayahuasca, and I'm like, spiritual guys, traveling, dime a dozen, didn't think much of it, and I was like, oh, he's too spiritual for me, because I like guys who can like get down with some hip-hop, not knowing he's a hip-hop artist.
I'm just this vanilla bean over here, you know. I don't like rap, or I don't do drugs. None of that stuff.
I have to cover his ears every time I drop an
I just juice fast all the time and meditate and do ayahuasca.
This is true. That's all he does. Never goes to the bathroom, just pukes on ayahuasca. That's just how you clear the body. So, babe, can you hold me a little cold?
Sweetheart.
Okay, so yeah, that's our first meeting, and then he's like, hey, I'm gonna go to this yoga retreat center. I'm gonna be there for the next couple of weeks. Not gonna, have any reception, but love to see you again, and this is where I'm gonna be. And I'm like, oh yeah, probably not. I'm launching an online course, and then I'm gonna go to Mexico to see the guy I've been seeing. He's no longer in the, he's fantastic. He's doing great. He's no longer in the picture. Anyway, so yeah, I launched an online course. It's like 10 or 13 days later, and then I'm about to so this is the reason why this is important, is because that's where the story could have ended. This is the point where it could have been 2-hour first meeting, and that's it. And maybe we would meet 20 years later and be like, hey, you're that chick with the backpack. And I'm like, hey, did you get this too? And he's like, oh yes, I did, and now it's grown much bigger than that. So that's where the story could have ended. Oh, a little cold now. Yeah, and then I kept on feeling his presence. Actually, my first Facebook message to him was thank you so much for today. And I don't know how else to say this. He helped me he helped me buy a Wi-Fi stick, translating to Spanish.
Her Spanish wasn't that good.
No,
so.
I'm learning now, but
she needed some help.
He helped me buy a Wi-Fi stick in a store called CyberClick. It's a great name for a store where you can buy computer things. They sold me a faulty Wi-Fi stick. He helped me. He was very patient.
It wasn't appropriate for the year and model of her computer.
As they said, it's not our fault that your computer is too new. Anyway, he was very helpful, so I sent him a message the same day saying, hey, thank you so much for your help today. I felt really cared for, and I don't know how else to say this, but I still feel your presence in my body. To which he replied something like, equally taken by your presence. There's definitely some magic to explore here. Sent me the location where it's going to be. I said probably, maybe, we'll see, maybe not. Anyway, jump cut to my last day in Guatemala. Tomorrow I'm gonna go and see this other guy in Mexico. But I was like, I cannot leave the country before finding out who this man is.
Who's this guy?
At this point, you might understand it's Gabriel. So I messaged him. He hasn't been online for like 10 days. No response. I emailed the retreat center. They don't have any internet. No response. And so I check in with, again, my sacral guidance. Human design people, you know what I mean. If not, then look it up. Check in with my sacral guidance, getting a very clear yes. And so I take a boat from San Marcos to Panajachel. Panajachel, tuk-tuk to the other dock. Panajachel, have to take a boat to Santiago, and then Santiago charter a private taxi boat to get to this retreat center. So basically Uber in Guatemala. So I'm on the second dock with literally one foot in the boat to stepping into the boat to Santiago, and then Gabriel messages me exactly in that moment, and he's like, hey, haven't been online for the last like week or 10 days. We're just in Santiago for the afternoon. Are you still in the country? Love to see you. Where are you? And I call him right away, and I'm like, I'm in the boat to Santiago. He's like, oh, that's perfect. You can go with us to the retreat center. and that we do. And then I plan to leave the day after. That doesn't happen. That one day turns into, I think, maybe 5 or 6, something like that. And here we are. 5 years later, we have traveled all over the world. What are some of your favorite places, Dave? We've been to?
Oh my God.
We've been to at least 5.
Well, a lot of memories from our past experiences are coming to me actually on this trip we've been on here in the Mediterranean, and it's made me think of the time that we spent in Italy together, which was really special. Other places we've been in Europe, Spain, Malaga, in Spain.
What's the past tense of ride? We have ridden.
Road.
We have rode. We have ridden.
We have ridden.
We have
or we rode.
We rode. We have ridden camels together in the desert in Morocco. We've flown helicopter in Madagascar. Gone kayaking in Madagascar. Sun-up paddleboarding in Greece, in Corfu.
Yeah, but we've also been
Climbed the
spent time in
volcano.
Sedona, Arizona, Portland, Oregon. Visited my papa in Santa Fe. Saw her family in Sweden.
Many adventures with our crew in Los Angeles or in Harris and others, and climbed a volcano in Bali.
Yeah, we lived in Bali.
Ocean in
for a
Bali,
while.
waterfalls in Bali, rivers in Bali, scooter rides in Bali.
We met some really good friends in Bali, and that's part of the reason why we're here right now.
It would be cool if we like write down all the countries and places we've been in. That's like many.
Too
more
many to
than
count.
Could be cool though, to just like write down and like see where we've been and all the things. Anyway, we're gonna go out and have dinner with our friends, but we just wanted to share this with you. Maybe we show them a little bit around.
Okay.
We can do like a rotational thing. So here we are in, I actually don't know where we are in Croatia.
Hey
right
Carl,
now.
where are we right now?
Where are we right now?
Makaska.
Mare or Makaska? Markaska?
Makaska.
Makaska. Something like that.
Croatia.
Sorry if we're pronouncing it wrong, but we're in Croatia right now. We're about to go out to dinner with our friends. And this beautiful, the moon is getting full soon. We have the yacht here behind us. Here's our friend Carl. Carl is going to come to Ecstatic Awakening in Spain this summer in July, and we're also planning Ecstatic Awakening retreat on a boat. Bigger than this, but similar to this, and so stay tuned for that. So here we are with our friends. Yeah, and so next what do we have? Just a little shout out to the events if you want to come and play with us live. We have next up the Ecstatic Awakening retreat in Spain in the Hidden Paradise, finally first one after all the crazy things that have been happening over the last couple of years. And so July 22nd to August 2nd. It's about halfway sold out, and we still have spaces left, especially for men. The women who are coming are amazing. So if I was a guy, I would get on it.
It's true.
Yeah, we're calling in the brothers, we're calling in the men for the Ecstatic Awakening retreat. So if you're a man and you've been feeling drawn to it, then this is your sign from the universe and from us to send in the application and go for that experience. If you're like, what are they talking about? Just Google the Ecstatic Awakening retreat, click on Spain, and then you can watch testimonials, you can watch a microdose documentary from the last retreat, which beyond anything that we can say just gives you a flavor and a feeling for both the entire experience and the life upgrades available in the retreat, as well as this incredible venue up in the mountains in Spain, one of our favorite places in the world, and second home, and so many amazing people coming together, both who are here in Croatia right now with us on this yacht, as well as people who have been to the retreat before, as well as people who have wanted to come to this retreat for years, but you know, with everything that's been happening, now is the moment that we can come together. And so yeah, just check out Google Ecstatic Awakening Retreat, watch the videos, and then you will just know. Especially if you have a sacral guidance in human design, you'll just know immediately. You'll just know. And then we have in August, which is actually the exact 1 year after the Ecstatic Awakening Retreat in Costa Rica, the 16th to the 24th of August 2022, we're having an incredible music production retreat called Vibes.
Yeah,
that
vibes.
This man is spearheading.
Yeah, and in a way, you know, I've come to know and love Ronja as the creator of Ecstatic Awakening, the Ecstatic Awakening Retreat, and I've become, you know, was privileged to see and become more and more a part of that experience, creating that experience, that template, that new earth incubator. And I just recently got struck with inspiration to host a new earth incubator of my own flavor, and that's called Vibes, and we have an incredible team of 16 of just the most cutting edge, avant-garde, vibelicious music creators, representing all different kinds of genres, DJs, MCs. We have Equanimous, Taya and Ruby Chase.
Love you, Cole. See you later.
Taya, Equanimous, Ruby Chase, who will be at Ecstatic Awakening.
Yes.
And then we'll all migrate over to Vibes, as well as Free Soul, Lava, Jay Brave, Lily Fangs, Kiyoshi, and the core organizing team, Clarity, Jordan Larson, Nyrus, Bloom Marian, Robin Leapman, and myself. And Ronja will be teaching breathwork. And
breathwork.
It's essentially a modern day music school for musicians. So if you're into that new earth incubation, vibing out, having a sweet time, and learning how to hone your craft as a musical Jedi, we're basically creating Hogwarts for the musically minded.
I'm still waiting for my admission letter.
Scope it, dude.
Yeah, so check out Vibes. It's gonna actually just message Gabriel.
In Asheville, North Carolina, by the way, Mondale Springs.
Just realizing it's gonna launch on the 16th, so depending on where I get around to posting this, hopefully today.
We're right there.
Just message Gabriel and he can send you the link when it's up and launched on the 16th. It's going to be absolutely beautiful.
22 minutes.
Oh, 22 minutes. Okay, maybe we're going to wrap it up here. But yeah, lineup for Ecstatic Awakening is us. This is Ronja, Sebastian. This is Gabriel Ronja, aka Zen Tempest. We got Jonathan Berry in the house, one of the most exquisite humans on the planet. Oren Harris, also known as Yoda in human form. Or kind of like Neo in the Matrix.
It's a vibe.
Amazing guy, just extraordinary. Just being in his presence is a whole life enlightenment upgrade. We have Taya for the music lineup, Equanimous, Ruby Chase, Karim Raihani, main music producer DJ for Ecstatic Dance in Europe, and who knows what else. But amazing people are going to be there. A lot of people who are here right now at Unconventional Life in Croatia. And other friends from around the world. And so with that, my loves, our loves, from this beautiful evening, we're gonna go out to dinner with our friends now. And then this evening, Jonathan and I are guiding an ecstatic awakening dance for everyone. And yeah, this is Gabriel. This is the guy that I met 5 years ago. 5 years ago today.
I didn't know.
Yeah, we've been through a lot. I know on Instagram you see, I mean, I'm not that consistent in posting, but like on social media you see all the highlight reels. And honestly, the thing is that our life is so Instagrammable in the sense that we travel the most beautiful places, post very little.
Now we have a home in Austin.
Yes.
Come visit us.
Post very little. So like what you see is both, let me say it like this, what you see is both true,
accurate.
It's not everything. Like our life is actually more
everything.
Amazing than what it seems like
Infinitely.
on Instagram. And
so much deeper.
And there's also a lot of things happening that are never posted because they're just too private. And so
you don't get to see the good stuff. You just get the highlight reel.
You get the highlight reel, but also what I'm saying is that there's a lot of depth, and we've been through a lot in these 5 years. You know, I know that you guys see it's like, oh, we're here and doing this cool thing, but like it's everything. And all through all the, you know,
I'm proud of us.
The intense things, the challenges,
you don't
the
stumble your way into 5 years of relationship. You know, you nurture it. And you work at it. And you work through stuff.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm getting a little cold.
Yeah. Let's end it.
But we love
25,
you.
25.
25.
That's
18 more seconds. Okay.
So we take a nice breath
Okay.
with the people. We say thank you for your time, people.
Wherever you are in the world.
All the goodness.
See you somewhere in the world. Ending in 3, 2, 1.